Today on the spot, TGS 2010 is upon us and we've got interviews for Shadows of the Damned, Child of Eden, and Chris Waters shakes his groove thing with Michael Jackson The Experience. We check in with what's new this week on Xbox Live and show you EA's presentation of Alice Madness Returns. Last but not least, we got new trailers for Kirby's Epic Yarn and DMC. Today on the spot. Hello and welcome to another episode of Today on the Spot. It's Homer Ibarra. It's Thursday, September 16th. And guess what, Giancarlo? We're in Japan.
Yes, we are. No, we're not in Japan.
We're totally not in Japan.
We're in a studio that's on a train that's in fake Japan.
That's in fake Japan right behind us because you know what? They wouldn't let us go to Japan.
No, they wouldn't let us go. And I really hope those guys get back soon because just stuff is unwinding here in the office.
Yeah.
I saw Tom McShay kill a wild boar with his bare hands.
He killed a wild boar with his bare hands?
Yeah, and people are drinking the blood of various animals. There's fires, there's
chaos. Fires, the San Bruno exploded.
Yeah,
I mean, all pandemonium here in San Francisco. But you know what? We're gonna march on with the show, Giancarlo. We got a crazy show.
We do. Already lots of good stuff coming out of TGS.
Yeah. DMC?
Yeah.
What's up with DMC?
Brand new Devil May Cry from Ninja Theory, who developed Heavenly Sword. Dante looks totally crazy. He does not have white hair. He looks like some British gutter punk.
He's kind of a savage.
Yeah. He's a smoker.
Apparently, he got addicted to cigarettes between Devil May Cry 4 and DMC.
Yeah, it explains so much.
Yeah, I mean, you got all those beasts you got to fight, dude.
Yeah.
I'm probably
a little stressed out.
Yeah, a little tense.
Yeah, stressful.
I'm stressed out right now just talking about these games.
It's so stressful.
But I'm not going to smoke.
No, don't smoke. Don't do what Dante's doing.
Yeah, Dante, he went down a different path. All right, G, well, we got a busy show today. We got some segments from Tokyo Game Show, including an interview for Shadows of the Damned and a presentation from EA for Alice Madness Returns. But before we get to all that, let's go check out This Week on Xbox Live.
This week on Xbox Live. In Arcade, King of Fighters Sky Stage will get us started. Play as 6 of your favorite The King of Fighters main characters and battle to stave off the resurrection of an evil menace. Sonic Adventure brings an old Dreamcast title back. Join Sonic and friends as they embark on an epic quest to stop Dr. Eggman's villainous schemes. See where Sonic's 3D roots began. Space Invaders Infinity Gene keeps the old school coming. The classic is back with a new twist. The game starts off looking like the classic Space Invaders, and as you play, it evolves. Unlock new stages, new power-ups, and new features. There are 143 stages from both normal mode and challenge mode, where stages change with each playthrough. You can even blast your way through unique levels, evolve from your very own music, or compete against other players from around the world. After all that invading, you may just want to cut loose and dance. Dance with the world's best using a controller or dance mat. Play with up to 4 friends and boogie down to 20 unique tracks. And not to be missed from last week, Plants vs. Zombies makes its way to the 360. This tower defense game is the best yet and is the first to feature both cooperative and competitive multiplayer. In Games on Demand, get your fireballs ready and sword sharpened. It's Sacred 2 Fallen Angel. Fallen Angel is a vast action RPG that lets players embark upon campaigns for the forces of light or shadow. The High Elves are causing problems, and as usual, you will venture to fix this by slaughtering thousands of monsters, looting their corpses, and leveling up. Up next, humans and metahumans alike should be excited to download Shadowrun. This multiplayer-only shooter is loosely based on the much-beloved RPG franchise. Vie for supremacy through a unique combination of modern weapons, ancient magic, and advanced technology while playing variations of Capture the Flag. In indie games, Mama and Son Clean House. Robotic kangaroos have invaded the world, and a mother-son cleaning crew are the only ones who can stop them. Blast kangaroos with Son and clean up with Mama. In game demos, the DJ Hero 2 demo will give you a taste of the club life. DJ Hero 2 transforms living rooms into hot venues all over again. Friends and families can become mix masters and singing sensations like never before. With a host of new DJ and vocal multiplayer modes and 80+ original mixes featuring the biggest dance, pop, and hip-hop hits, DJ Hero 2 delivers the new standard in turntable gaming. Move from clubs to the sports arena with the FIFA Soccer 11 demo. Get a taste of FIFA 11 before the game hits store shelves. Play as 6 of the world's top teams and experience firsthand all the new features and improvements FIFA 11 has to offer, including, for the first time ever, the ability to be a goalkeeper. From soccer to basketball, up next is the NBA 2K11 demo. Relive the 2010 NBA Finals game between the Lakers and Celtics while experiencing NBA 2K11's all-new visuals and controls. In addition to being the only game featuring Michael Jordan, NBA 2K11 also includes improved gameplay elements such as the all-new ISO motion dribbling controls. In downloadable content, Rock Band unleashes an eclectic mix of songs including Irish Blood, English Heart, Nirvana, Straight Lines, Writing on the Walls, This Charming Man, Holy Diver, and Stand Up and Shout. Also, don't miss the Sniper Ghost Warrior map pack. In Video Marketplace, check out the Halo Reach multiplayer preview and Deliver Hope Extended Cut, now with more running and more staring. That's all the time we have, folks. Join us next week for more This Week on Xbox Live.
Okay, well, that was your update for This Week on Xbox Live. Joining me now, news extraordinaire.
Newsman extraordinaire.
Newsman extraordinaire.
Newsman. I'm a man, Dad. I'm a man.
Sometimes.
Okay.
All right, Tor, what's going on, man? Tokyo Game Show is in full swing now.
Yeah, before we get to that, though, it's a slight little matter of something called Halo Reach, which went on sale on Tuesday, and it made $200 million in 24 hours in the U.S.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. It's not as much as Modern Warfare 2, which made $310 million in 24 hours, but it is more than Halo 3 back in 2007, which made $170 million.
So needless to say, there's a marked improvement of Halo Reach over Halo 3.
There's just $30 million, but there's a market improvement. But there's also the fact that Microsoft is really totally just promoting the crap out of this.
Sure.
And then this is them even saying this is part of the promotion. I mean, it's a big step up from a Halo 3 ODST, which only made $125 million over the course of like 2.5 weeks. So anyway,
well,
I know. We quibble over $125 million. What's that, right? But anyway, but it's already qualified as the biggest entertainment launch of 2010. So Microsoft is. Anyway, speaking of Tokyo Game Show, there's a couple cool things came out of there. Microsoft had a press conference last night, and in it they announced a couple of new Kinect games, one of which is, drumroll, Steel Battalion.
All right.
You remember the original Xbox game?
It had the huge
40 different buttons on the controller thing.
So somehow we're going to have to mimic 40 different buttons.
I think a more likely scenario is that they said they were like, what is it? They're going to it's a new interpretation of the game.
New interpretation.
So if you watch a lot of anime like I did back in the day, using a lot of those mech things, basically you would control it with your own body motions inside. Like the mech was actually like an extension of your body. So I think that's what we're going to see.
So you're going to have kids doing the robots?
Yeah, kids are going to be popping and locking and shooting missiles. I mean, I predict they're going to be going pew pew or like rockets or some stuff like that.
That's cool. I'm down.
And boom boom. I mean,
that's how I play with toys all the time anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, your downstairs neighbors are going to hate you if you're stomping around like you're a 20-ton mech. Also coming out of the Microsoft thing was something from Suda51 and from Grasshopper Manufacturer. He's going to make a new game with no guns, but it's going to be for core gamers using Kinect. And he said he's been talking with Microsoft for a year now, and he's really excited about the Kinect technology. And it's kind of more showing more kind of how Microsoft is still trying to push Kinect and also to reach out to Japanese gamers. So for those of you who don't know at home, Suda51 is this crazy Japanese gamer who did Killer 7 and No More Heroes. It's just completely mad stuff, and so it's really excited. They had a trailer for the game, but it was a live action trailer. Okay. And this guy, he's a carnival man. He crushes a baseball in his hand, and people's heads explode. So make of that what you will, my friends. So anyway.
All right.
In less welcome news, if you have an APB subscription or are you playing APB, play it now because it's not going to be around.
It's done.
It's done.
It's over.
Less than 3.5 months after APB launched, the not quite massively multiplayer online action game from Real Time Worlds, the guys who originally created.
Sparsely multiplayer.
It's not really it's not quite multiplayer because massive multiplayer because it's limited to kind of like regions that only have 100 people in it. So it's not like 1,000. Anyway.
All right.
But the bigger story is that less than 3.5 months after it first got put on the market, they're going to pull the plug any second now, because unfortunately the company that made Real Time Worlds, which was founded by Dave Jones, one of the creators of the original Grand Theft Auto, they already went into administration, which is fancy British talk for bankrupt.
Oh, no.
And they were looking for buyers. They laid off 185 people, and they were just hanging on by a thread, hoping this game would come through. and it didn't. So it's kind of a sad tale. I mean, RPGs or big games like this, like Tabula Rasa, have like and flamed out. Even Auto Assault, remember that back in the day? Auto Assault was around for like over a year at least. This is just kind of, and this one was like really, people were really looking forward to this, and it was a major,
I'm surprised
major
that they
disappointment.
didn't kind of anticipate. You know,
Well, I mean, I don't know anything for sure in facts, but my own personal speculation about the whole thing is that they were kind of like, probably were just like, this game's gonna make it. They had full faith in the game. They worked on it for years, and they probably was up to like debt in their eyeballs, and then it just didn't pan out.
And then it just fizzled.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
sad.
so
time.
goes the story of
Right.
current events and
Yeah,
trends.
well, welcome to the Great Recession, people.
All right.
And then last but not least, going back to Suda51.
Sure, he's making big headlines.
He's making big
got
headlines.
2 headlines. today.
His company, Grasshopper Manufacturer, announced, I think it was 2 years ago, they announced a deal with EA for this new mystery
EA
game.
Partners.
Under the EA Partners program, right. But they're just doing a straight publishing deal, basically.
Okay.
So, then they finally took the wraps off it at a Tokyo Game Show on Tuesday, I believe.
Yep.
And it's called Shadows of the Damned.
Shadows of the
Shadows of the Damned. That's how Suda51 said it. It was hilarious.
Yes.
But anyway, it's a third-person, kind of over-the-shoulder view game, kind of like Dead Space, and about a guy named Garcia Hotspur, who basically shows him literally driving his Harley up to the gates of hell and going down there to rescue his girlfriend. But they said, "Don't worry, this isn't going to be a romantic adventure game. Zelda coming in here. He's not no Princess Peach
dude
action."
is going to hell on a Harley.
Yeah, basically. Well,
That's basically.
he drives up to there at the gates of hell. And then
You don't know if he brings his Harley into hell.
I don't know if they have what, a valet or what, but
Sure.
so then he goes down there and show him find all these crazy demons with like glowing blue eyes, and so it looks like it's gonna be typical Suda51 madness
Sure.
in hell.
In hell. Well, I mean, dude, where else would you have Suda51 madness?
I don't know. A lot of it took place in the bathroom in No More Heroes. So.
That's true, yeah, on a toilet.
On a toilet.
Well, thanks for coming by, Tor. Speaking
problem.
of Suda51 and the whole development team behind Shadows of the Damned.
Damn.
We're going to go check out a interview for that game right now.
Well, of course, Mikami-san and I have been working together for Killer 7 first, and then we decided to work with EA together, and then we really wanted to make sure the game is in good status before making an announcement. So yes, it took a while, but finally we're glad to be able to announce it today. Well, EA definitely trusted us from the beginning, and they really trusted the Japanese creativity and development style. So and they were very understanding and also very passionate, and that's why we chose as our publisher. Yes, because I guess starting up a new project is always difficult, and of course this project is probably the biggest one for GHM have ever worked on, and also it was for multi-platform, and instead of using internal engine, they used Unreal Engine 2. They started to use Unreal Engine, so there were multiple challenges for this project. So yes, the world is psychological action thriller, and basically it's really action-focused game. Yes, and of course we'll have a lot of punk rock style in the game, and as well as the taste may be similar to Robert Rodriguez or the game-wise BioShock. Yes, I think we take a long time to really implement GHM, like Grasshopper, unique style into the game, and it really shows visually as well. So yes, it's definitely not realistic, and the game definitely offers different experience from the daily life, and Garcia is in hell, so of course it's definitely not ordinary, and we want to present the passionate experience of the game. Yeah, and we don't really want to use a lot of words, but still create really deep story behind the game, and have Garcia, the main character, go to find his true love and save her. Actually, hell itself, it's actually not really far from the realistic or real world, but I just wanted to express that hell is actually right behind our doors. so the player can actually feel a little bit familiar still in hell. Yeah, we actually welcomed Akira Yamaoka into the game, and he is really one of the greatest game composer, and so he not only creates sound effects, but he creates a lot of music for this game. And so with his music and sounds, the game is becoming even more with a lot of impact. So I think the game will definitely be even better with his music.
My name is Garcia Hotspur, hunter of demons. My wrath is your hell.
My name is Garcia Hotspur. 嘘です。My name is Suda 51. My company, Grasshopper Manufacture. いよいよ Shadows of the Damned.
Finally, we've announced our game today, and this game will be released on Xbox and PS3, and it will be released in the summer of 2011.
Okay, well, that was the interview for Shadow of the Damned, dude. That looks pretty intense, doesn't it?
Yes, but I believe it's shadows. There's more than
one shadow?
But yeah, it looks super crazy. You know, I wouldn't expect anything less from the guy who brought us, you know, Killer 7 and No More Heroes, as well as Resident Evil 4 on Shinji Mikami's side. So
yeah, but we got more stuff coming at us from EA, right?
Yeah, we actually have some great new stuff. We have a new presentation on the sequel to the popular Alice game called Alice Madness Returns. Let's have a look.
Next, we're going to showcase some titles from EA Partners. EA Partners reaches out to independent developers to provide financing, publishing, co-publishing, and distribution for some of the world's most creative games. The first game we want to show you comes from an extraordinarily talented developer and one with a truly unique vision. Please welcome American McGee.
Thank you, John. Thank you. Really excited to be here in Tokyo today to talk with you all about Alice Madness Returns. As some of you may know, I've come over from Shanghai where the game is being made at Spicy Horse Games. In my career, I've been known to take children's fairy tales and turn them into dark, twisted adventures. And this franchise reimagines Lewis Carroll's original Wonderland books in a demented and twisted way. A couple of months ago, we revealed that Alice was back and that the game picks up where the original game left off. In that game, Alice was institutionalized and had gone insane after her family died in a fire. There are three elements that really set this game apart. First one is a dark and twisted Wonderland. Second one is a cast of amazing characters. Finally, extremely unique gameplay. Let's dive into the world. Game opens with Alice in a dark Victorian London. In London, Alice seeks characters who she hopes can help her solve the mysteries of her past. But once again, Alice is drawn down the rabbit hole where she faces challenge after challenge, starting in the Mad Hatter's domain. It's a violent and dark action experience. Within this world, we get into the psychology of our main character, Alice. Most important aspect of Wonderland for Alice is the way that it transforms her, has a power over her. In Wonderland, she becomes an idealized version of herself. She's strong, beautiful, and confident, and she's determined to find out the truth. She has the ability and strength to defend herself both mentally and physically. But Alice has brought her madness into Wonderland, and this madness is what threatens to corrupt and destroy what has often been her safe haven. Here she's going to encounter a cast of mad characters, some of who you might recall from the last game. Too many to reveal today, but you will certainly see the Mad Hatter and the Cheshire Cat. So here's where the third element comes in, gameplay. Alice Madness Returns is crafted with a deep and gratifying combat experience. Every enemy is a puzzle. You find their weak spot, that's how you destroy them. Alice leaps from battle to battle using 4 unique weapons. Now some of you probably remember the Vorpal Blade, which was Alice's signature weapon in the first game. This time we're introducing 3 new weapons, Teapot, Hobby Horse, and a Pepper Grinder. That's all I'm going to tell you about today because I don't want to spoil any surprises. Instead, I'm going to leave you with one last thing. This is the world debut, the second in a series of 3 teaser videos. This is a CG video which represents the dark world that we're building. Basically shows you what the game's going to be like. Let's take a look, shall we?
Thanks, American. Alice, too, looks amazing.
So as you know, there's a lot of folks over there in Japan working real hard to bring you the freshest content. So here's a look at more from TGS 2010.
Hey everybody, it's Ricardo, and I am here in one of the press rooms off to the side of the Tokyo Game Show. And I'm standing here with Lindsay Gray from Q Entertainment, who are currently hard at work on Child of Eden. So, Lindsay, what you guys are showing off here is kind of an updated version of the E3 level, yeah?
Right, this is a very sort of updated version of the Matrix level, which we previously was shown at E3. So we've upgraded, fixed up the controls, and improved a lot of the graphics.
Now, we've seen the game just a little bit since E3. Can you kind of walk us through how the whole control scheme works with Kinect?
Okay, with Kinect, the control is very simple. First, there's a sort of calibration screen, which is sort of very cute, entertaining Mizuguchi-san design, and then the simple game control. Just use your hands to aim, and 2 hands up in the air to launch the Happy Bomb.
Now, has any of the development that you've been doing been influenced at all by the reaction that you got from E3?
Oh, well, with the Kinect, or the Natal Control Kinect, sorry, we're constantly revising it and improving it. It's still not there yet, but we do get some feedback, and Mizuguchi-san's constantly playing the game and critiquing it.
Now, in terms of the visual improvements, we've had a chance to check it out a little bit here already, and it does seem like you guys are polishing it up even more. Can you talk to us a little bit about kind of the direction that you guys are wanting to go?
Well, the ultimate aim of the game is to make it the happiest game ever. So basically, we were improving the graphics, and we still have a long way to go with synchronizing the music to the graphics. The synesthesia elements, they're very hard to implement. The music is coming in gradually as well. It's a very difficult process of trying to tie it all together, but it is coming along gradually.
All right. And so we still haven't had any kind of concrete information on release, so got anything you'd like to share with us?
We're hoping to have the game ready for March next year. The team is working very hard.
All right, there you go. That is an updated look at Child of Eden here at Tokyo Game Show. Actually, be sure and check back on the site for more in the days to come, because we're going to track down Mizuguchi as well.
Folks, I have been to TGS. I know how crazy it can get. There's a lot of stuff going on, and we've got a really huge team over there covering a ton of stuff. Let's see what else they have to report from the show floor.
Hey folks, Chris Waters here at Tokyo Game Show 2010. I'm joined by Felicia Williams, the International Brand Manager for Ubisoft on the Michael Jackson Experience. Felicia, how you doing today in Tokyo?
I'm really, really great. I love it in Japan, and I'm so happy to be able to show the world the Michael Jackson Experience games.
And we've got Achan here dancing up a storm to Black or White, one of the many Michael Jackson songs you've got in here. Now, talk to us about the game. I mean, obviously dancing's involved.
Of course. Michael Jackson was an incredible performer, and we know that fans would love to be able to dance in the shoes of Michael Jackson. So on the Wii version, on the Kinect version, on the PlayStation Move version, players are going to get to live that dream. So they're going to get to sing, they're going to be able to dance. It's going to be an incredible performance.
Excellent. Now we see here, we got Michael on screen, but he's got some backup dancers too.
Sure.
How many people can dance along?
Actually, up to 4 players can dance in the Wii version, and players can choose whether they're going to dance as Michael or as backup dancers. And I think maybe we should do that, huh?
Yeah? I think I got some moves?
Yeah, I think you got moves.
All right. Now, just one more thing before, I got to limber up a little bit. I noticed we got the sparkling glove. He's holding the Wii remote. Talk to us a little bit about the dance mechanics real quick.
Sure. So for the Wii version, of course, players are using the Wii Mote. Now, of course, you're going to see that, of course, players are asked to dance in full body as Michael Jackson. Now, actually, the way that we designed the game is to really understand symmetry and imagine that the Wii Mote is like an extension of your body. So even though we're not actually got a Wii Mote attached to your feet, we can actually track your full body's movement. So players who move their full body and dance along with the coach are going to be able to score really, really well.
Do we get extra points for wearing sweet gloves like Achan?
No, but I think you get extra points with your friends for that.
Absolutely. Now, so do you think, I'm kind of a Michael myself. Would you be willing to be my backup dancer?
Yeah, totally.
All right, let's get this started.
Let's
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do this.
That was really fun.
That was awesome. Yeah, you were really good.
Thank you. That was, I feel like I was getting it a little bit.
Nice.
Got a ways to go.
I gotta run for my money. Some moves there. Nice.
So when can I practice this in the safety of my own living room?
It's going to be coming out worldwide at the end of November, hitting North American shelves on November 23rd and worldwide on the 25th.
Thanks so much, Felicia, and thanks for a great dance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Much
Great
appreciated.
job.
Okay, as we mentioned earlier in the show, we had a trailer. We have the trailer for DMC. They just showed it off for the first time at Tokyo Game Show. Brand new game. It's kind of a reinvention, if you will, of the whole franchise, right?
Yeah, they're kind of looking to reboot the series. I mean, I think people like Devil May Cry 4, but it was just kind of, we want something new at this point.
Right.
So they gave it to a brand new developer. It's Capcom is really pushing that whole Western games developed by Western developers thing. So.
Totally. Getting worldwide, if you will.
Yeah, trying to really make sure that games appeal to a worldwide audience and not just one specific audience.
Sure. But on a whole different side of the coin, not only do we have that trailer, but we have another trailer.
Yeah. So in one trailer, you have a guy who's smoking, killing demons, being what looks like, tortured.
Yeah, I mean, he's been to hell and back, basically.
Yeah, and then you have Kirby. Kirby's Epic Yarn is quite possibly like the most adorable game I have ever seen, and we have a brand new trailer of that as well that kind of shows off some of the new levels and things like that.
Sure.
So why don't we take a look at the brand new Devil May Cry and Kirby's Epic Yarn trailers.
Young Offenders Rehabilitation Program. Subject 64432B. Psychoevaluation treatment. Day 13. Resume. What is your name? I will ask you again. What is your name? My name is Dante.
Okay, well, that was a look at Kirby's Epic Yarn and DMC, man.
Yeah, two totally different games.
Completely. One opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, one's gritty as hell. The other one's all cute and fluffy,
cuddly,
and want to hug it.
I want to hug Dante. He looks like he needs a big hug.
No. That dude, I don't
He's
know.
dirty,
He probably
right?
smells.
He probably stinks.
Yeah, you don't.
All right. Well, not only do we have a bunch of stuff coming down the pipe from TGS, we got a bunch of stuff here at the office, right? You just put up a preview, right?
Yeah, we just actually put up a preview of Kirby's Epic Yarn, a little bit of a cooperative action there. And this week we're putting up a StarCraft 2 kind of post-mortem interview.
Right.
Now that the game's out, people have had a chance to play it, all that good stuff. So yeah, lots of stuff going on this side of the Pacific and that side of the Pacific.
Dude, we got the whole world on lock, G.
We do.
That's how we do things.
That's how GameSpot rolls.
That's how we rolled. Yes. We also have another TGS-oriented show coming up this Saturday.
Yeah, the actual show starts, well, sort of tomorrow, today. Japan's in that weird time flux where they're a day ahead.
They are in the future.
So the show's starting. We're going to have plenty more stuff. Got all of our appointments on lockdown. Going to see a bunch of new games. And yeah, stay tuned.
All right, so more to come this week and including our show on Saturday.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so until then, I'm Homer Ibarra.
I'm Giancarlo Veronini.
And we'll see you on Saturday. Shadows of the Damned.
Damn.
Shadows of the Damned.
Maybe it should be about funky demons. Shadows of the
All right. All right. So, anyways, G, we got a whole lot of stuff coming on our show today from Tokyo.